up, you guys? It is Sydney here today, and we have a brand new speed build that I'm really excited about. So, you saw the little clip in the, I guess, the opening 5 seconds thing, and then obviously the thumbnail. You saw the build, you loved it, and now you get to watch how I made it. Well, I hope you loved it, because I love it. This is by far my favorite build to date, and I feel like I said that recently about a build, but maybe I'm crazy. This one has taken the cake. Is that what the phrase is? Topped the cake, ate the cake, is the cake? I don't know. It's a piece of the cake, I guess. But this is a little fall-themed barn house for our fall-themed week that we're doing to prep us for seasons. It is slightly Halloween-y, but definitely fall and colorful and great, and I love it, guys. It is so awesome, and oh my gosh, it is my favorite build today, guys. That's all I can say. It's great. It is really great. Right now, though, we struggle. The first, probably 10 minutes of this is me struggling. I actually did cut a lot out. Typically, I leave in my struggles or my concerns or stuff that I get frustrated with. I just leave it in. 1, because I'm lazy. 2, because I'm lazy. But also, I kind of want you guys to see the struggle and how difficult things can be, or, that kind of stuff. But I did actually delete a lot of me doing the roofing in this house because I had a really hard time figuring out the layout and figuring out the roof style and how I wanted to look, how it was supposed to look, and all that kind of stuff. I go back and forth with it for a while, so there might be some jumpy parts in the speed through. You might just notice we have some weird cuts and whatnot, and that's just me going back and forth with the build and trying to figure everything out. I don't know. I had an image I was referencing for this that I really liked. It was, the typical barn, and then it had the little openings on the side for the upstairs that you'll see in a lot of traditional homes where it's just little rooms with roofs, I guess, on the top floor. But I wanted to use it. I wanted it to be bigger in a usable space. So trying to figure out how to get the roofing to work where it wasn't visible, such as right now, it was a little bit of a mess, but we do end up figuring it out, and it works out really great, and I really love how this house turns out. Like I said, this is a fall-themed home, a little bit of Halloween, a little bit of Thanksgiving, and a lot of warm colors and love. And guys, it's really awesome and really great. Definitely leave your feedback down below. Tell me what you think about it, if you love it, if you hate it, if you think it's stupid, or if you think it's been done before. I've seen so many barns, do something new, do something creative. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to listen to your guys' feedback, suggestions, and just interest overall. But I did leave some of me struggling a little bit, this stuff in, but I think, so I recorded this in 2 different days. I did all of the building and the landscaping, and I realized, the roof was just not working how I wanted it to. So I come back the next day, and I just went in, and I worked on the roof, and then I started doing my recording. It was kind of a mistake. I didn't mean to start working on it, but I had gotten some ideas, and I was trying to fix it up. So I just started working on it, and then I realized I wasn't recording. So I ended up cutting out bits and pieces of me doing adjustments and trying to figure everything out. This is not the end, but we are getting pretty close to what the finished product of the roof and everything looks like. And I don't know. I really love how this house turns out. I think it's very nice and very cozy. It is placed in Willow Creek. This is not Willow Creek. It's placed in the vampire world, whose name has completely Forgotten Hollow. There it is. It is placed over in Forgotten Hollow just because it was a fall theme, and when I think of fall, I think of Halloween. So Forgotten Hollow, very supernatural, very Halloween. So I felt like they went together pretty well. I will say though, I don't know if it was in an update or I've never noticed it before because I really don't go to Forgotten Hollow that often, but the lighting in this world is really dark. So this is actually like afternoon lighting. I do believe, if I'm correct. I can't see the little bar thing that at the top. I don't know. I can't see what the lighting is. But I did have an issue like trying to figure out the lighting and getting it to work so I can actually see. Generally, a lot of the lighting in this world is very dark, and I was struggling quite a bit so I can see the build and not work in darkness. But obviously, I gotta figure it out. You guys can see, I can see, and it looks awesome. So at this point, we are getting into the landscaping, and it is definitely a very overgrown farm feel. Lots of greenery, lots of trees, and lots of fall colors. I really love the trees that we got in Cats and Dogs. It really brings out the fall vibes and the atmosphere, and I'm really excited to see if we get new trees or just recolored of old... if I can talk... or if we just get recolors of older trees, or how it's going to work when it comes to fall. If there's no way to change it, that it just happens naturally, or whatever the case is, I'm really excited to see all of these fun fall colors. And I also try to use some darker, like these little ferns. I try to use ones that are a little bit more orangey to make it seem like it is getting warm and they're drying out. And lots of just, I don't know, I tried to make the place feel as fall as I could. And let me know what you guys think about my landscaping. I am kind of iffy about it. I try some typical techniques and stuff like that where I use a lot of the same items over the place so it looks like it's unison. I try not to clutter it too much. But right now you can see it's kind of cluttered. So let me know what you think about landscaping. If there's anything I can do better, anything I can do different. This was supposed to be like a farm, overgrown and lush. So I don't know. Maybe this is a bad build to ask for suggestions. But I would love to know what you think about my landscaping. Because I feel like I have been getting better at it over time since like my first couple builds. I like to think I'm getting better at it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm getting worse. Who knows? No one knows. So let me know in the comments down below what your opinion is and what you guys think about it. But I really do love how this turns out, guys. You're gonna love it. I promise. This is available already on the gallery. My name is ofmisfitplays. So definitely check it out. I always post to the gallery right away as soon as I'm done with the build and get the screenshots. It is up on the gallery. So if you always want the early content, the best content, all that kind of stuff, check me out on the gallery. You will get first pick every time because I do a lot of pre-recording, or not a lot, but generally I pre-record kind of often just to make it easier on me. And I know I've been talking about this for the last like week or so, and that's because I'm pre-recording, so I'm going to be talking about generally the same things for the next week or so. But this way, it just makes me a little bit more at ease. It makes everything a little bit easier for me, and I don't have to stress so much if I do some pre-recording. I try not to do too much because I like your guys' feedback, but when I have ideas, especially this preseason idea that I had, I will do a lot of pre-recording. It is just me letting out my ideas. It's a lot easier, when they're in my head to do the builds, do the voiceovers maybe later. Most of the time, I feel like I've typically gotten pretty good at where I will do the build early, but then I'll hold off doing the voiceover until the day or two before the build's supposed to go up. I try to do that just to make it feel, I guess, more live and more personal. Sometimes I'm not able to actually accomplish that. Sometimes I am. It's just hit and miss, up in the air. But right now we are just finishing up some little finishing touches on the garden, and I really do love how it turns out. So we took this little this little crop area, and I threw a whole bunch of pumpkins in, like it's, a little pumpkin farm. I thought that was really cute. I know you can actually put in pumpkins. I could have downloaded some off the gallery if I wanted to, but I didn't want to, let's be real. I can be kind of lazy sometimes, guys. It's okay. There's no judgment. But at this point, we have had the roof figured out. I completely cut that out. I guess we are now already on to furnishing. So the roof is figured out, and the whole upstairs is usable. There's little bits of the roof you can see, but when you're actually playing the game, you can't see it. So it ends up working out okay. It's just, when you're playing the game, typically you have the walls down. So with that, you won't be able to see the roof. The walls are up. The roof will clip in a little bit, but nothing crazy, nothing super dramatic. And yeah, it was really, really nice and really fun. So here we are working on the kitchen. This downstairs is a kind of open plan. I mean, it's just one big circle. The stairs right in the middle. This build was actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be when I went in to do the layout and the furnishing. I didn't realize how tiny it was, because I was actually hoping to fit in 2 to 3 bedrooms. And I mean, I could have made it bigger. Definitely there was enough space, but I didn't. So this is what we get. When I was building this, I kind of went more for the grandparent vibe, or at least that's what I was trying to. Like, this is the grandparents' house. They're hosting Thanksgiving. They host the holidays over at their home. So this is a little bit more traditional, a little bit more old. I feel it is obviously a refurnished barn, but I feel like they have a little bit more of an antique style, possibly, I guess. But I really do love how it turns out. And again, I am trying to focus on not getting so stressed if wood tones don't match as well as I would like them to, and just kind of going with it, because it is a game and not everything can be perfect, but we can try our best. And so I am trying my best and trying not to stress so much. And I don't know, that's the best I can do and the best I can say, I guess. But right now we are working on the kitchen. Like I was saying, it is definitely cluttered, definitely fun, and I really do like this. I couldn't fit in cabinets because of how the windows were and how tall. We did the medium wall height for the downstairs, and then with the height of the windows and then the medium wall height, putting in cabinets just looked really weird, so we weren't able to do that. So that's why I did the shelving unit, where I kind of throw in some kitchen knickknacks and clutter items where they can keep their storage and all that fun stuff. And then there is the tall cabinet, the floor-to-wall or floor-to-ceiling cabinet. So they have plenty of storage, I feel like, in this kitchen that they need, and definitely little items such as the herbs that kind of just represent that they garden and they're outside and all that kind of fun stuff. One thing I will say that I did not notice until after I post this to the gallery is the fact that the kitchen isn't usable. I don't really get it. I don't know why. I messed around with it because I went to go take the screenshots for my Creative Sim, and if you've noticed, the Creative Sim screenshots are taken inside the house. So, the summer sim is inside the summer home, spring sim is inside the spring home, and then our fall sim is inside the fall home. And when I went to go have her, cook some meals to get some screenshots, I realized she wasn't able to cook. And so, I removed the shelves. I did not. I did not remove the shelves. I moved the fridge in and out some, and I moved the stove in and out some, but I didn't ever remove the shelves. So I don't know if possibly the shelves being over cluttered right above the fridge like that are causing glitches and issues, or what it could possibly be. But there is an issue. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to fix it. And most of the time I build towards the aesthetic of a home and how I want it to look, and less towards playability, which is definitely my own fault. I need to focus more on playability when it comes to building, and that's something I do struggle with. I really just go for aesthetic and how a house looks and not the usable it is. So I don't know, if you do download it and you fix it, definitely let me know what you did and how you fixed it, because I would like the feedback. I would like to know how to fix it myself or adjust it so. But and then we had a little formal dining room, a 6-seater table with, a couple extra seats. round and about, so that way your sim can, host their Thanksgiving dinner with their family and everything. And I don't know, guys, I really do love how this house turned out. Again, here I am going through different wood colors, trying to figure out something that I like. We do change it again because I couldn't figure out something that I liked, but I am trying to get used to not being obsessive over all the wood tones matching, especially like hardware to like tables and chairs. Because generally, when you move into a house, most houses come with cabinets already installed. You can't really change it. You can color them. Some people do, some people don't. It's really hard to change the color of a cabinet. And then with like archways in the home and doors in the home, those generally don't change color unless you want to go and buy new ones. So most of the time, I feel like when someone has a home, you can't really change the color of it. I mean, you could if you're buying a house, but it does cost a lot more money and it's a lot more work. So it's hit and miss. So I'm trying to focus less on making sure the door frames and the doors and the cupboards all match the wood of like the side tables and the dining room and the chairs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm focusing more on just making the house look good and look cohesive and not super crazy and not super funny, I guess. But in the end, I really do love how this house turned out. I feel like we pulled in a lot of really nice colors and really nice wood tones. I did want this house to feel earthy and warm and inviting and just really fun all together, since it is supposed to be a kind of Thanksgiving, Halloween home. I really wanted those vibes in it, and I really wanted it to just feel like your grandparents' home, I guess, and really just warm and inviting and cozy. And yeah, I don't know. It's really great, guys, and I really do love how it turns out. At this point, we are almost done with the downstairs. We do a little office right here in the front of the house just because there was really like an awkward space between the doors and then where the kitchen and dining were. Like I said, I thought the house was going to be a little bit bigger when it came to doing the layout. I honestly probably could have made the stairs smaller. I could have placed them somewhere else, but I really liked the placement of the stairs and how they were, so I didn't want to do that. I love the look of double, like 2 wide staircases right in front of the door when you go upstairs. And when you place stairs against the wall, that takes off the roof trimming or like the wall trimming, and I didn't want that to happen. So I knew I had to place it off-centered or in the middle. And in the end, I really do like how it turns out, and it was totally worth it for me, so I'm okay with it. I think it turned out really great. And okay, so I know I've talked about this before in my videos, but when I do my builds, like when I'm building a house, even when I'm editing it, I listen to like podcasts or YouTube videos and stuff like that. So when it comes to me like watching to do the voiceover, all I can think about is that video I watched, and like little moments of the house like trigger that, which is really weird. So I don't know. Yeah, it's different. So okay, right here, this is really cool, and I love how this turned out. Definitely one of my favorite features in the house. So basically, I put down a fencing around the tile, in between the tile and the hardwood, because realistically, in a real house, and I've been doing this technique a lot recently, you'll probably notice it, but there's always like this wood frame, I don't really know what it's called, in between hardwood and tile, like if you're transitioning and stuff like that. And so I've been using that really small fence to get that effect in my homes. But since I had a door frame there and I was putting that in, it technically took out the walls. So I ended up making this makeshift door frame, and I really love how it turned out. I kind of thought about for a second doing the other ones that way, but then I figured, no, those 2 walls were built in and then added a door frame, whereas that one kind of was always there with the barn originally. So that was kind of my idea with it. Like, that was part of the old barn and how it was originally. And then the other 2 were new additions to make it feel more like a home. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, what, your opinions are on it and all that kind of stuff. So now we are moving on to the bathroom. I kind of thought about doing an outdoors laundry, but then I realized in the fall season, I feel like you wouldn't be doing your laundry outside. You would most likely be doing it indoors, even though on a barn like this, you would definitely probably see the Sims living in a home like this, doing their laundry outside. But since it's supposed to be in the fall season, I didn't find that to be realistic. So I did give them an in-home laundry room, and it's also a bathroom. As you can see, there was a bathtub in it, and there's also a toilet in it. So it's a bath and a laundry room, and I really love how it turned out. I loved using that little rustic sink. I thought that was super cool and super fun. And we used the laundry day sun window. I'm not really sure what that's called. I really wish, though, on that ledge you can actually place items. Now, you'll notice I did move some items on there, but since that's technically considered outside, the coloring's really weird on them. They have that blue tint to them. So I put the curtains in front of it, so that way you can see them, but you can't totally see them. I know it's weird, but I don't know. It worked, and that's just how I wanted it to work, so that is what we did. So now we're moving on upstairs to the ensuite. So there is 2 bathrooms, 1 bedroom in this house. The downstairs, as you noticed, had just a little office kind of nook area, and then it had the kitchen, the dining, and then the laundry bathroom. And then upstairs we have a living area with the bedroom and the ensuite, and I really love how this turns out. When we go into the living room, you'll see it's not very traditional to what most people would have their living space be, and I really love that. I feel like it gave it the old grandparent vibe and really just pulled the house together. I really love the vibe of this house, and it kind of inspired me to actually build like a suburban grandparent house. I haven't done my winter speed build yet, so I'm thinking about pulling some of those kind of vibes for it, and I'm really excited, and I'm super excited for you guys to see it because I have a lot of really good ideas. I've been really into the old granny style, I guess, of builds and everything, so I'm super excited, and I hope you guys are kind of into that and excited for it as well. There's also a lot of skill building activities in this slot. We have, obviously, the garden is here, or just activities in general. So we have the garden, we have like the grill outside, there is the office space, so we have a bookshelf and a computer, there's the laundry, we have a, we end up putting in a radio, or not radio, is that a stereo, I guess? Yeah, is it a radio or a stereo? Oh, wow. A radio, I guess. Music box, that kind of thing. The word is slipping my mind and I can't think about it and I feel really bad. But we have a stereo of sorts in here, and then we also have an easel, so there's plenty of activities to do. And honestly, after I had built the house and taken the screenshots and everything, I realized I should have put in a pumpkin carving station, but I totally forgot about that and I feel really bad. But I would recommend putting a pumpkin carving station in here. I think it would look really nice. So right here, this little nook is what I felt like was really grandparent-y, and I really loved how it was. So we had that little stereo, and then we had the little the little box TV. And I just thought that was so just cute and grandparent-y. It's very much so, like, they're not television people. They are newspaper people. They are, outdoors people. They are going to be doing things like canning or gardening or reading the newspaper, taking care of animals, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it was an afterthought upstairs to kind of throw in a stereo and a little square TV, and I just love how it ended up looking and feeling, and I think it was super cute. So right now we are working on the one and only bedroom. It is definitely kind of on the smaller side, but I really do love how it turned out. But we are about to head into the screenshots here real quick. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all again next time. Bye.
Yeah, I'm 23, but I still bring them to you. I flip the sample at the drums, then I give them the truth. The same meme motherfucker, don't you get it confused. The last album raised the bar, but it's gonna tear off the roof. Read all about it, get your fix in. I'm independent, ain't got a deal, but I can tell you what the deal is. These labels try to make us millionaires, but they ain't feel us if the glass is half empty. I'm coming back to Philly, yeah, you got me in my feelings, and I'm putting in time. And I've been a bunch of places, and I'm still about mine. I could go and write an album about a topic, go and drop it, and I guarantee that half of these people still have a one-track mind. Don't waste my time, you know I just adjust like that. Don't know why they so impressed with all that fuckboy rap. Don't know why they so impressed with all that frat boy rap. No pun intended, but your album sounds rushed like that. And we're just ordinary people. Yeah, the last album was a story, this the sequel. I'm in a room full of people that I love, and I ain't fucking stopping till all of us are equal. Everybody on the right side hit that sway. Everybody on the left do the same old thing. Talk is cheap, but just know my time sure ain't. I hope the blind man dance and the deaf one sing. I hope the world keeps spinning and my friends keep winning and my parents keep living and the bad stop sinning. Little Wayne keeps spitting, and when push comes to shove, would you turn your shoulder or would you learn to love? Yeah. If I only had 16 bars, number 1 is for my family, 2nd for my sister, and the 3rd for my granny, 4 for my cousin, 5 for my brothers, and 6, 7, 8 is dedicated to my money, yeah. 9's for my daddy, he's always got my back. I mean, every single show and tour he booked all that. Number 10's for the labels that skipped it until they heard this. We ain't forget your meeting, we skipped it on fucking purpose, dog. The next one's for my girl, though. That's why I changed up my tempo. And number 12 will be a laugh, and I just ended it that. Load the drums in and bring it right back. The last 4 for the truth, but they don't sell enough records, so I would